Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. Well, that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Love and violence. Love and violence. This class does not go out for one family only. I got several phone calls. Well, I'll say three. Three phone calls from three different families. So I really have a headache dealing with the Negro and Latino. Love and violence. Let's teach these basic commandments that we're going over. And believe me, you're going to see a lot of bumps in the road in Israel. Okay? Exodus 22:16.
Exodus 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Read it again.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
One more again.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
Stop. Are they married yet?
No.
I don't know. How you know they ain't married yet? Because some people say, once you lay down, you married.
Last part, it says here, and lie with her, he shall. All right, that's talking about future tense, not right now. Endow her to be his wife.
That's right. All you men understand that?
Yes, sir.
So don't run around. Because you got a lot of simple Israelites out there, and simple Israelite men and women who are committing adultery, because that's what it is. One night stands, booty calls. What's the other thing they be calling it?
Jump offs.
Jump offs. I like that one. Jump off. And then talk about, oh, that's my wife. No, that's not your wife. That's your jump off.
Your side piece.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a, you know, that word jump off, that's a low down word, almost. I'm gonna jump on her and I'm gonna jump off her.
Yeah, jump on.
The hell with you. That's some degrading stuff.
And a lot of you sisters, you find yourself in predicaments like that. You are a jump off. Okay? You got sisters on Facebook, and she knows she a jump off. But she talk about my husband. And she's quote unquote wife number 3. No, sister, you're not a wife, you're a jump off.
Living out of state.
Exactly. You are a jump off. Yeah.
You remember that Edomite lady that complained about the pregnancy rate amongst the black women and the blacks?
Margaret Sanger.
Okay? Y'all know that she said that the black woman is being used like a human condom? Okay? That's why a lot of sisters got offended, and that's how some of the sisters are being treated. You're just a place for men to relieve themselves, because you have no respect for yourself. Okay? And before the black woman get cut and say, you know what, I don't want to be viewed that way, what she do? Get mad because the truth is coming out. And she's still continuing to be a human condom.
That's right.
You're just a place for a man to relieve himself and then move to somebody else.
That's right.
Exactly. From there, let's go to Tobit 7 and 13. I'm going to just touch on the steps of marriage briefly. Just briefly.
It's the forbidden chapter.
Yeah. You got camps that say stay out of Tobit 7, 13, and 14. We don't want that.
That's a suggestion, brother.
That's only a suggestion. Okay. And you get dumb jump off women that agree with that. But let's see what God says.
Tobit 7, verse 13. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand, and gave her to be wife to Tobias, saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses.
Take her what? After what?
The law of Moses.
So we're talking about the law, sisters, brothers, the law of Moses. Go ahead.
And lead her away to thy father. And he blessed him, and called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenants, and sealed it.
That's where Esau gets the marriage certificate from. Esau didn't make that up. That was our law. That was the Israelite law, our custom, our tradition. to do all things in writing. So you sisters that let a Negro deceive you to say, oh, once we have sex, that's it.
Penis is a sign of approval.
Right. Penis is the sign of approval, and you go, okay, you just stupid. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? That's an old worldly expression. He ain't gonna marry you, ain't no responsibility with you. Good night, sister. Good night. Now you coming to, she gonna hop congregation to congregation. I've been dealt wrong with. No, sister, you knew that from the beginning. Let's go to Matthew 19 and 5. For you long distance ones now. Oh, my husband, he lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And you over here in New York. Are you for real?
Doing everything in sight.
That's what Christ said, Matthew 19 and 5. Now y'all can take this in or let it go. It ain't gonna matter two things to me. My job is to show you what the Lord says, and I'm gonna keep it moving. You brothers too. But mainly you women. I'm gonna get on the women right now. You know why you gotta get on the women with this? Because they always the ones that get pregnant. Men will walk away and say, that ain't my baby. And bounce. But the woman, she's sitting in 9 months. I need welfare now. Who the baby daddy? I don't know. You always suffer. So because of your suffrage and your lack of understanding, it's our job to help you. So if you lay with a man, he must endow you to be his wife. Next step is you got to get instruments of covenants and seal them in writing. Here's the next one, Matthew 19.
Any woman listening to this, she should realize that these are her friends that's talking. This Bible. Because everybody else is just going to allow you to just be a human condom. That's a disgrace. That's really a disgrace when I think about it, and I'm a man. When I think about it, you women should be mad as hell to allow some BS like that to go down. You know? But we fear the Lord. This is what we're going to teach, and the Most High is against that garbage. Okay, because you women are special just like the men are special, and the Most High don't mean for any of us to be messed over by not keeping his laws.
Come on, Matthew 19 and 5.
Matthew 19 verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
Read it again.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother.
So if your man still lives with his mommy and daddy, or let's say your man live by himself, it says he should what?
Leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
That cleave to his wife means they got to come together. Live together. Not you around the corner and he down the street. So you women that allow such foolishness, you deserve what you get. You are Sister Jump Off. You need to make a record of Sister Jump Off. Because she's that stupid. She's just that dumb.
So many of our people are crazy. The doggone record will become a #1 hit.
Yeah.
And Elder, some of them, it's not that they're dumb. They just like it. They want that space. They want the man long distance so they can do what? Slide off with the next man.
Yep, that's
Because
true.
there's sisters that are comfortable with that. I don't mind. Okay, I'll see him once a month. They want that space.
They say that's Esau's papers. That's what you're gonna hear. That's Esau's papers.
No, they said rulership is next to ungodly. What was that thing, that statement that you pulled out from the beginning? The thing about the rulership?
Fellowship is good.
Fellowship is good as long as it's not, because that's the spirit they want to live in. They don't want to be ruled by the man.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why women talk that stupidity.
Now, next scripture. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. So now that we understand marriage, everybody understand marriage? Yes. Okay, that's the basic fundamentals. Let's move on. Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 9 and verse 9. We're going to step it up a little bit. Ecclesiastes 9 and 9.
Ecclesiastes.
That's right after Proverbs. Right after Proverbs is Ecclesiastes. Go ahead.
9 verse 9. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity.
Read it again.
Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity.
So it's called your vanity because our lives are short. That's why it's called it vanity. You sisters, you want to know why? Your man come home and there's no joy there. He in one room, you in the next room all night long. Or he watching the TV all night. He don't want to be bothered with you. Read that again.
Live joyfully with the wife, whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity.
Now I know you sisters want to know why. I'm going to explain why, but not just yet. I just want to show you brothers, we are commanded to live joyfully with the wife of our youth. The wife of our youth is the Israelite woman that God gave us.
Which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
Okay, go to Genesis 26 and 8. Let's look at our forefather Isaac. Genesis 26 and 8.
Genesis 26 verse 8.
Listen good.
And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window, and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife.
Now I'm going to fill in the gaps in case you're not familiar with this history here. Isaac, like Abraham, went through Egypt. Egypt was still, they were up and coming powerful nation. Abimelech, was this Egypt? Bear with me. No, the Philistines. Excuse me. The Philistines. I always say Egypt. The Philistines, they were a powerful nation at this time. And they asked Isaac about his wife, Rebekah. They asked him about Rebekah. Isaac said, because she was bad to the bone, Rebekah was good looking. She did not look like Precious. She did not look like Fufu. She was gorgeous. She was bad. So Isaac was scared. He said, she's my sister. Because he said to himself, if I say she's my wife, they're going to kill me and take her from me. So now when you read this stuff, this should inspire you sisters that want to make yourselves a little more appealing to your man. And this is what's going to happen. Read verse 8 again.
And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window, and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife.
So he was having fun with his wife, but read the next part so we can understand what kind of sporting this was.
And Abimelech called Isaac, and said, behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how saidest thou, she is my sister?
So the way he was sporting with her, it's not the way you play with a sister. He said, no, that's your wife, man. I know the difference. I see how you play, having fun with her. Yeah? No brother-sister stuff there. Go ahead.
And Isaac said unto him, because I said, lest I die for her.
Right, he didn't want to be put to death. So now this shows you in relationship, you husbands, you wives, that there comes a time you got to learn to have a good time with your spouse. Some of you got difficulty in that. From there, go to 1 Corinthians 7 and 15. Some of y'all come home and there's silence. All you hear is the TV.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases. But God hath called us to peace.
Read it again.
But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases.
Now, I want you to hold that, and I want you to go to Matthew 19. This is where the confusion always comes in. Where Christ said the only reason to leave. There's one reason biblically for divorce.
Matthew 19 verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her which is put away, doth commit adultery.
So that's why, sisters, when we meet y'all, we want to know, did you come from any other Israelite congregation? Because once you come into this truth and you are married, let's say you was married, because there's a case like that, you know, there's nothing we got to make up. There's a situation for everything. Some sisters lie. She knows she done had, she had got married with her brother in another school. They got in a fight. Of course, he done brought another woman up in the bed. Now she mad. She gonna leave. Okay, now she looking for another husband. No. So, go back to 1 Corinthians 7. Now I'm going to 1 Corinthians 7 because some women who got the devil on them say, oh, you can't leave me except it be for fornication. So the woman decides, I'm going to live like the devil, put you through hell, and you're supposed to endure it. Is that what the Bible says?
You're going deep now, brother.
Let's look at this verse again for you women that want to live like the devil.
But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace.
I want y'all to see that bottom part right there. Read that bottom precept.
But God hath called us to peace.
There should be peace in your house. Some of you brothers are fighting with demonic forces who do not want to submit to the laws of God. Some of you brothers, I ain't gonna name you, I'm not even gonna point at you, but you're here. Your wife has smacked you in the face. Your wife has stabbed you in the back. I call a brother on the phone, I hear this. I'm like, what is that noise? Brother, she's punching me in my back. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why is she punching you in your back? What is going on up in your house? And then the sister comes in here. Shalom. Shalom. Most high name of Christ. You brothers that get hooked up with sisters like that, I really feel sorry for you. I feel sorry. There comes and read that verse again. Let the woman go. Don't hold on to her. Read it again. She's telling you, she's telling you, I hate your black behind. I want to be free.
So,
Read it again. Yeah.
Can I ask the brothers a question before we read it?
Yeah.
I got a question for the brothers. The elder gave some examples, but on a serious note, what if your wife comes up to you and spits in your face? Think before you answer. Like what kind of spit is it?
She hums it up.
The one from deep, she pulled it off the back of her throat, and she spits it directly in your face.
You got it in your eye.
It's in your eye.
No, it's in your mouth. You was talking.
The elder had to take it there. What if your wife, in anger, she lost her temper, you guys were going back and forth, she lost her temper, she stepped out the spirit, and now she spits in your face. It winds up in your mouth. What do you do?
That was gonna lie.
Not yet, you man. I want to hear from you. You guys hear first. What do you do?
The microphone.
Why no hands is going up?
Violence.
I want the people who's married in here.
Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
The microphone works, so we want to hear it.
Now, see, we were supposed to touch on this at the men's conference, but forces have occurred and we had to take it. We got to start today.
Right. Khalil, you answer. What do? Your wife spits in your face in front of the kids. And the kids are looking at you like, Daddy, Mommy just spit in your face. What do you do?
Honestly, I would choke out.
He gave his honest answer. In the back. You can sit in the back. What would you do? And listen, y'all, just say the truth. Don't try to give me no politically correct answer. I know what I'm gonna do. Say the truth. What would you do?
Truthfully, I would tell her to repent. And while the kids were there, I would tell them that what Mom just did is not according to the scripture. She got to get her mind right.
Okay, who else? Who else? The truth.
That sounded
The truth.
good.
That sounded good. That sounded good, but I want the truth.
Wait, settle down.
I'm trying to go to jail.
I want to jump in, but I think I'm going to let some more come
I
out.
want some more action. What would you do, Michael?
Knock her teeth out.
Who else? Who else? Come on, some more. What'd you do, Mike?
Honestly, I'll probably slap in the face and then leave the house and won't come back.
Okay, what would you do, Joshua?
She packing her stuff and going to her mother's house. With
That's
the
it?
baby.
You just
With
locked
the
us
baby.
up?
I'm not trying to go to jail either.
Okay, what would you do?
First, I would want to punch her in the face, but I would restrain myself. And if she's a sister up in here, I'm bringing her up here, and I'm embarrassing the hell out of her for the whole congregation. She's gonna say what she did. She's gonna stand up. She's gonna apologize to the brother. She's gonna apologize to the sisters, to the brothers, and she's gonna apologize to people online. She's gonna get embarrassed. She's like, I'm embarrassed, wiping that nasty spit off my face.
So, what you're saying is you're gonna leave the spit there to the side.
I'm gonna wash it off first.
Who else? The people who are not married now. What would you do if your wife did this to you? I want honest answers. Don't tell us politically correct. Don't try to woo us with your control. We don't want to hear it. Come on, what would you do? Ezekiel.
No, in all honesty, if my wife did that to me,
Right.
I wouldn't want to punch her. But a brother like me, they gonna put me in jail quick. So I would have to send her back to her mama. Real
So
talk.
that's it. That's
Real
it for
talk.
that.
I would have to and bring her over here and counsel her and
Well, she don't want to come. Y'all keep saying y'all
No,
gonna bring her
I'm
in.
gonna bring her.
She's just
She's
spitting your
going
damn
to
face.
come. She's going
So
to
now
come.
you gotta use violence to bring her
She's
here.
going
You're
to
gonna
come.
force her.
No,
She's
she's
just
going to come.
disrespecting you and spitting in your
She's
face.
gonna come.
Now you're gonna order her with spit on your eye. She's coming with me. You're coming with me.
She's sleeping on the street. She's sleeping on the street. She's sleeping on the street.
That's the ultimate
She's
secret.
sleeping on the street.
Y'all saying y'all bringing her here. She ain't
Wait a
coming.
minute.
Quiet.
Now, before you bring her anywhere, remember she got the cell phone in her hand.
Right. And 911
She
on
said,
speed
I got it
dial.
on speed dial. Where you taking the nigga? That's what she gonna say. On the street. She on the street.
Isaac.
I'm not a married man, but I know for every action is a reaction. So my wife was to spit in my face like the angel did the same thing to her Beckett. I'll probably grab her by her hair, drag her outside the house, throw all her stuff out the house, then think about counsel after.
Okay. Who else? Unmarried, what would you do? Unmarried brother. Barack Bar, what would you do?
To be truthful, I would kill him straight there.
You kill him? Damn! Nobody said kill! He said kill!
He experienced the spit.
He said kill!
I'm taking it to the next level.
Wow! The man jumped to kill! Shaka, what would you do?
Well, baby, don't get offended. This is not,
Passing the microphone.
Passing the mic.
Leave it.
Sweeten it up.
Listen, if brother's been kissing a woman up and down all around, that spit probably tastes good to a lot of brothers. The thing that you're gonna have to do is just take it and say, baby, listen, we gotta deal with one another according to the scriptures and put it in the hands of the Most High. And that's the only thing we can do. Well, that sounds good.
But listen, hold on.
Listen, spit? Come on, brothers and did a lot more than spit.
Listen, this is the different kind of spit. This is the spit we don't normally see, the green
Listen, like I
stuff.
said, brothers did a lot more than spit.
Okay, that's it? That's it for the answers? Nobody else? Okay.
And I'm not trying to
So that's it with the answers?
Yeah, go ahead, Exel. What are you gonna say?
Now, y'all want to know what I would do? Aparia, one more.
In all seriousness, that's a serious situation. Right? And we joking and stuff like that, and we having fun with it. That's some effed up stuff, let me tell you, man. All right? That's some messed up stuff, and I pray to the Lord that I'm never in that position. Okay? Because it could get very ugly. Because that's a very big disrespect to a man, especially a man in his truth. Okay, you don't put your hand, I was raised, you don't put your hands on nobody's face. And for a woman to especially do something like that, that's real bad. So, you know, I know we're having fun with this. That's a serious situation. That's a bad one. That could turn real, real bad for everybody. You know, so I can't even give an answer because I pray that in that moment, first of all, that never happens. But if that does happen, I think I'm gonna lose it. I'll be honest with you. Okay, I gotta tell it like it is, man, because you know what, it's a spur of, that's a situation that it happens so quick that boom! You know what I'm saying?
That's what we want is
I'm being real, because that's what it is. If you out in the street, somebody put their hand in your face, what's your first reaction? You put that hand, you know, I can tell it like it is. But, so I'm being serious about this. I'm not even joking about this. It's a bad situation.
Okay, we gotta make it serious now.
No. I'm just saying it's a real bad situation. And
we laugh. We laugh and we joke, but we gotta get serious.
Right, I just pray no brothers ever get
adultery
in there. That's more serious.
Don't worry, brothers. We're gonna fix it.
We're gonna get to
this is over. Listen up. By the time this is over, everybody's gonna be all right. Because nobody's gonna walk out of here confused on these issues. So keep your minds up and listen.
The end result is Satan wants your soul. He doesn't care how he does it. He'll jump into anybody's wife and make their wife spit on them. You'll be a damn fool if you do anything to get yourself locked up. To jeopardize your freedom, and you know the job that has set before you. Me, I'm gonna wipe the spit off. I'm not taking nothing, but I'm gonna leave. And it's gonna be a long time before I come back home. A long time. Her life is gonna be disrupted to the point where she's gonna see, I made a mistake, but I'm not gonna lay hands on her. I'm going to be blameless like Christ was. Because y'all are reacting off your anger and off your emotions, and y'all going to go to jail. And y'all going to be in jail with big diesel Negroes spitting in your face. Okay? And taking your food. And watching you while you pee. Now what? Y'all better use wisdom. Y'all better use wisdom. Satan already knows the wives to bring them to that level. And you got to be tested. And y'all gotta come to battle saying that may happen. That may happen. Worst case scenario. Always bring yourself to worst case scenario. Yep. I'm gonna get 5 minutes of glory and see her laid out on the floor saying, spit at me now. But when the cops come, it's gonna be all gone.
Exactly. Read 1 Corinthians 7:15 again. I want that at the bottom. Read the whole thing. I'm gonna stress on that.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases. But God hath called us to peace.
God has called us to peace. Now I'm going to step it up to adultery. I'm going to give y'all 2 scenarios. True scenario. One in Connecticut, one in Boston. Connecticut. Brother comes home from camp, opens the door, you hear, the wife is in bed with another dude. The brother gets his gun. The dude jumps out the window, and the brother, pow, pow, pow! Paralyzed, shot the dude, paralyzed him, and the brother went to jail. This is right after camp. He was coming from camp. So the brother's, I don't know if he got out now. I don't know. I think he might have 1 or 2 more years, you know? Yeah, I think I'm not sure. 1 or 2 more years to go. That's one scenario. He ended up in jail. Next scenario, true story, Boston. Brother comes home. Once again, what the hell? The dude is coming out, putting his pants on. The brother grabs his Bible. Brother, do you know that the scriptures say, thou shalt not commit adultery? He looks at, yeah, okay. As he's still zipping up, yeah, okay, I hear you. Brother, the scriptures say, let me talk with you and my wife, let me get witness. What the hell is this?
His mind was going a million miles a minute. He couldn't see straight at all. He was all in a mess. Everything was a mess.
That's a level of stupidity that's amazing. So sisters, you single sisters, and you heard what the single brother said. Y'all know what y'all in for. Because some sisters are about, I tell y'all,
listen up.
You meet some of these, I'm telling y'all, brothers and sisters, go both. Y'all meet these people, these brothers, these sisters, you're meeting their representative. They will say all the right things. Do all the right things till they get you. Have sex with you, marry you. Now you're about to meet the real them. And that's where all the problems come in. From there.
Can I say something real quick, brother? Yeah, and sisters, you know, all we brothers here, we repented, all right? We came into the truth. All right, a lot of things that sisters do because they know that we follow in Christ and they know that the scripture says that a man shouldn't lay hands on a woman. You all oppress the brother. You know, because you all know the brother ain't gonna hit you, but guess what? Not all the brothers up in here got self-control. You understand? So some brothers inside here gonna say, to hell with that, I'm gonna take the 6 months suspension from the school, I'm laying you off. So sisters, don't provoke your husband. Don't press your husband to that point where he's gonna wanna knock you out. You understand? A woman do not supposed to be up in a man's face pointing fingers and running her mouth. You understand? Because I said, a lot of brothers don't got that self-control. You understand? So you'll be mindful of it.
In that same chapter, jump down to verse 10 and 11. Read that, I thought. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 10 and 11.
Verse 10, 11. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
So the married sister is commanded not to depart from her husband. Read on.
And if she depart.
And if she depart, because there comes a time in some relationships where there's a demon in the house. It might be on the wife, it might be on the husband. And it comes a time when she says, I have to leave. Who can give me some situations where he or she might have to leave? Do you leave because you got into an argument? Because that's covered further down in the chapter. Give me that verse. What verse is that? Verse 28. Look at verse 28 briefly.
Verse 28. And if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
Now that trouble Paul is talking, those are arguments. Disputes you're going to have at home. So now my question was, back up in verse 11, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried. What are some scenarios, some situations where she'll have to depart, he or she?
Now,
Shocking.
I wanted to ask you, is it for leave or depart for temporary or for...
Read the whole verse.
And if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband.
See, so that's the answer. Meaning it's temporary. It's temporary. Go ahead, was that the whole verse?
No, and let not the husband put away his wife.
So the husband ain't supposed to look for reasons to get rid of her. Right. So now what Paul is talking about is a temporary situation. Let's say even if she says, or he says, I want divorce papers. If she does not commit what? Adultery. Fornication, adultery, can she come back? Yes, she can come back. So now what are some scenarios, some situations where he or she has to leave? Malachi, Officer Malachi.
A good situation is, let's say he got a drug problem. Or she got a drug problem. Mm-hmm. Every time the money come in, he's spending gambling or on drugs. Okay. She said, well, I gotta leave because now I'm in danger, my kids in danger, I might find myself in the street because I can't pay rent. Because you always take the money, you gamble it, or you use it for drugs. She can depart. After he get himself right, she coming back. The same go for him too. She got a problem, he can depart, and afterward he come back.
Right, might be even alcoholism. Something like that, that's a detriment to your family situation. You understand that? Something that can cause a major problem. Whether your life is at stake, something of that nature. Okay? Now, bear me a second.
Yeah. You left out one other thing. As far as the woman leaving, is there any time, like the elder just pointed out, where the man should tell the woman, you get out? Leave. I'm unhappy with you. Leave. Officer,
if your wife is abusive.
If she's what?
If she's abusive.
Okay, she's creating a volatile situation. Who else? Aparia?
Boy, that's spitting in the face.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
You see, they can lead to that. It's not for you to maybe make that decision.
Exactly. Listen, but let's be clear on what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, because the man is always saying he's going to leave or depart. I'm saying the man now, who has power over everything, says, you got to get out. Go to your mother's house. Go someplace. Get out. Y'all understand me, what I'm saying? Who else has an answer? Okay, that's it. Nobody. The reason why I say that, because we had a real life situation. The brother was counseling with Deacon Idon person, and he called me because his decision was his woman left on her own. Okay, so we explained to him, listen, tell her that's not according to the scripture. She can't just pick up and leave. Ask her to come back. If she doesn't come back, carry her things to where she is and leave them there. Okay, those were the instructions we gave. Because some brothers tell their wives to get out over trivial nonsense. Nonsense! And that's evil. You telling your woman, get out over foolishness. Okay, because you're mad at the moment. The woman is not going to respect you, and after a while she is going to what? Hate you. Because it's easy to disrupt somebody's life like that. I had to live in somebody's house before when they got mad, they was like, get out. What I did, they don't even want to talk, just get out. When I come back, leave my keys there, I want you out. Okay, so could you imagine a husband doing that to a wife, and the wife is sitting there like, yo, it ain't that serious. Why are you telling me to get out? And you don't even want to talk. That's evil.
Right. That's what Christ is talking about in Matthew 19. That's a godly man and a godly woman. Christ said you cannot put her away except for fornication. That's not, Christ is not addressing the big mouth, hate-filled, diabolical woman who hates the commandments. She got to go. Go. Because she got the Christmas tree in the house, she eating pork, and that's your, what now, nigga, what now? Go, you gotta go. Because it's gonna lead to violence. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 27.
Ecclesiasticus 27, verse 3. Unless a man holds himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
That's for you brothers who can't rule your spirit, who can't control yourselves. You blow up over the smallest things at home. Read it again.
Unless a man holds himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Your wife may or may not have forgotten to do something that you asked her to do. You blow up to the nth degree. Now it's fire and brimstone over that situation.
The windows are lit up.
Right. The windows are broke. Kids are screaming. From there, go to Proverbs 16:32. You broke all the furniture in the house. I know about that, so I'm still paying for broke furniture I broke. Get on my damn nerves. I'm like, Dad, why'd I break that thing? Proverbs 16:32.
Proverbs 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Read it again.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
So brothers, we gotta learn to rule our spirits. Rule our spirits. Remember, no matter how you look at it, when Adam and Eve sinned, who the Most High stepped to first? Adam. It's always going to boil down to you as men first. And the Most High don't care about excuses. He got punished, Eve got punished, you all getting punished. From there, go to Proverbs 25:28.
Proverbs 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Now that's for the brothers that do those knee-jerk reactions. She does something stupid, your knee-jerk reaction is to knock her out. Choke her out.
Kill her.
Kill her. Stab her. So you gonna be in jail. She gonna call you out your name. I'm gonna knock her out. You going to jail. From there, let's go to Proverbs 14:1. We didn't forget you, sisters. We didn't forget you. Here you come right now. Here come the sisters.
Proverbs 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Read that again.
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
This is the wife you want to help you build in your life. You meet a sister, you ain't got nothing, she ain't got nothing. Both y'all got nothing together. Y'all gonna build together. Okay, don't listen to Wendy Williams. I know a lot of sisters been listening to Wendy Williams. To hell with Wendy Williams. They asked Wendy Williams, "What if I'm looking for a man, what should I do?" She said, "Don't marry a man with bad credit." So I said, well, that's most of the black men out there. Black and Latin men got bad credit. You got bad credit, she got bad credit. Y'all can have bad credit together and work on each other's credit and build it up. Then when you get a little something together, she's gonna keep it going. Read that again.
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
She gonna make sure the house is in order. Go ahead.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
This is that dumb woman. Like 6 of them that walked up out of here. I don't care what the, ain't no man ruling over me. Ain't telling me what to do. I don't care. She's that foolish woman who plucks out. Now, sister, where your husband? I don't know. We ain't together, but I'm looking for another one. That's her. She call herself, I'm an Israelite. And she can quote scriptures. She's that dumb Hakuna Matata woman. That's her. Plucks down, destroyed her family. Because she hate when the Bible says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband. I hate that. You kidding me? So you destroyed your house. And no matter, sisters, because when you get the next man, that's called what? Adultery. You are an adulteress. And the Lord knows that. He's going to remind you of that thing. Judgment going to come for you, sister. Judgment going to come. From there, let's go to Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha Sirach, chapter 25. Now, sister, you can run around from congregation to congregation, but I guarantee you, you will not find this type of teaching in no other Israelite camp. None. Nope. You're going to sit in there every Sabbath, hear the white man is the devil, and black woman shut the hell up. That's what you're going to hear. And you're going to be like Deacon Yawasop, brother. You're going to be that human condom that he spoke about. I don't know what's going on. Ecclesiasticus 25:23.
Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Let's read that again. That is a powerful scripture right there. I want this scripture to marinate on your brother's brains. Now, this is supposed to be the men's conference, but because of the unforeseen events, we got to touch on it now. Come on, read that again.
A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance.
You know what it means, abateth the courage? Abateth the courage. Who can help me? Yes.
Abateth, in this context, is like this wicked woman, this wife of yours, will drain the courage out of you.
She will drain you. She'll suck the life out of you. Listen, and some of you brothers and some of y'all online too, you got women like that. This is the woman you have she has such a mouth. She might, not only does she have a mouth, she might be violent. You get some of these hood rat women, I'm gonna talk about them for a second. Hood rats that grew up in the hood and all they know how to do is fight. Like, what was that movie with Tyrese? What's the name of that? Baby Boy. Like to fight. Then after you bust upside the head, let's make love. You kidding me?
That's an animal.
I can't, you hit me upside the head with a skillet pan, we ain't making love. You pour hot grits on me, we ain't making love. What the hell is this? Read that again.
A wicked woman abateth the courage.
This woman sucks the life out of you. Not only is she mouthy, she's violent. Some of you brothers got mouthy women that like to hit. They like to throw down. And then she want to know why when you come home, you always in another room. Why don't you sleep in the bed with me? I'm not sleeping in the bed with you. Or why after work, why you got to go to the bar and get a drink? Why don't you come home? I'm not coming home. In fact, on his way home, he's depressed when he thinks about you. Read that again.
A wicked woman obeyeth the courage.
A wicked woman obeyeth the courage. Sucks the life out of you. Go ahead.
Maketh an heavy countenance.
Your husband and sister, your husband's never happy. Remember we read in Ecclesiastes 99, live joyfully with the wife of your youth. This part right here about a wicked woman, it says she does what?
Maketh an heavy countenance.
She will depress the man. He can't even get sexually aroused to have sex with her. No, I'm not really interested. All he can think about is the bad things that you've said or done to him. You have sucked the life out of this man. And some of you brothers on the internet, you got women like that. Let me tell you brothers on the internet something. If your wife packs her bags and leaves to go to the next nigga's house, excuse my language, she ain't for you. Stop chasing her. You know who I'm talking to. Don't chase her.
What you should do is get a drink and thank the Most High.
Exactly. Read that again, Ithan.
A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
A wounded heart. This man is wounded mentally. Spiritually, he's just depressed. Go ahead.
A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
So you come home either from looking for a job or you had a hard day at work. She will not comfort you. Yeah, I don't give a damn. The hell is this? She got, and the food ain't cooked. You want a back massage, she got an excuse. You want to have a little sex, I got a headache. I don't feel good. I got gas. All these things that she does, and now she want to get on the phone with her girlfriends and say, my man ain't SH. He ain't nothing. Why don't you tell about all the way you depress the man? That's what God's talking about. Why don't she ever talk? She won't reveal that.
Doesn't benefit her.
Right. She'll get on Facebook though and talk about, oh, the scriptures teach us. Watch the women that quote scriptures. You watch them. Be mindful of them. There's a Jezebel in the wait. In the wait. What you got, y'all?
Can you read that 23 again?
A wicked woman abateth the courage.
See, I like the way you said that. Say what you said again about that word abateth.
Abate means to drain, to suck the life of. It means in the dictionary to reduce the amount of.
Absolutely. So let me just say this here. When you have, like the scriptures say, the beautiful things that he's seen, he says a husband and wife that agree. Where's that scripture at? That's at the top of one of these chapters. Somebody read that for me real quick.
1.
Read that for me real quick.
In 3 things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before God and men. The unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren. We were talking about that earlier today. That's a beautiful thing. The unity of brethren. In order. Come on.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors. You love your brother as you love yourself. Come on.
A man and a wife.
This is what I want. What?
A man and a wife that agree together.
Let me talk about that for a second. Because so-called Negroes and Hispanics don't really understand the power in that last piece. Read that last piece again.
A man and a wife that agree together.
When you have a husband and wife that agree together, do you realize that there's no stopping him? When the wife is encouraging you, let me just go deeper. Negro will sell dope to his own kids for a woman. You dig what I'm saying? If there's a woman that's out there to tell him that he's the man, building him up, he will go through the ends of the earth. You understand?
That's why a lot of you women, y'all be losing your husbands to a hoe. Because the hoe calls him Big Daddy. The hoe will tell him he does it right. But the wife calls him nigga or little boy.
That's why he's coming home.
Is that encouraging to the man? No. I can't keep my husband because you say all the wrong stuff.
They had a song out here, you older people might know about this. Come on now. The Clean Up Woman. Talk to me. I know nobody else knows that.
I know that song.
Making it easy for the Clean Up Woman.
Right.
That was a lyric. Talk to me. How many of you sisters know what I'm talking about? Okay. Because what she was doing, she was saying, she wasn't abating the courage at all. She was building them up. Okay, so the reason why I wanted him to read this again, because one of the main reasons, and this is not a blame on the woman, because we men got to get ourselves together. But a lot of things can be accomplished with your man at home if you dealt with him right. Okay? Encourage him. Because all the thing you have to do is, we're simple creatures. All you have to do is just talk to us nice and we'll do everything. Like, what'd you say, ASAP? To get the wallet open? Remember that?
The right words and the right attitude get the pocketbook open. Okay? Will make the man forget the bills. He'll delay paying the rent. And he'll give that woman whatever she wants if she come correct.
Right. There's a scripture in the Bible that speaks about a man go out and conquer nations and do all of this stuff to bring it home to his love. That's because that woman is treating him right. He go to war, risk getting cut up, stabbed, all kinds of stuff, just so he can bring her home to this woman that's making him feel like a king.
That's the second one.
Look at the brother smiling. They said, man, shoot, I can't wait for that.
And then you got the brother with the full wallet. Money in his pocket. Buying everything. And as soon as he get home, he's like, we don't have it. No, we don't have it.
She can't get dirt out of his pocket. She can't get dirt out of his pocket.
I just saw you. We don't have it.
She can't get ice from an Eskimo. That's how bad she is. She was never taught what to say and how to say it.
Big mouth and a nasty attitude.
That's right.
Okay? When you tell her we don't have it, she checking the mail to say, I saw him. All the bills are paid.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm gonna give it up to you. Because there's a saying out here in the world, like if I used to hear women say about certain brothers that be walking out here and they say he's got it going on and all of that, and he's doing real well and whatever he's doing, they'll say he must have a good woman at home. Y'all ever heard that before? But they say behind every good man there's a good woman, because she's building him up. She's encouraging him. She's not abating the courage by screaming and calling him names. She realizes that he's catching hell all out here, and when he comes home, she's gonna fix him all back up.
That's why we tell you, brothers, before you jump to get married, wait. Prove that woman. Prove her. When you get in your first argument, you will see the real her. You'll see it. She might knock you out. Then you know you got your answer. She ain't for you.
So the woman stood up on the table and said, "Nigga!" Cursed him out. Said he never even knew she could raise her voice like that. Jumped up and cursed him the hell out. So what the hell happened to you?
Go to Ecclesiasticus. Wait, give me that one in Ezra's first. That First Ezra 4. This is what Asaph was talking about.
First Ezra chapter 4, verse 24. And looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness.
This is how much a man loves a woman. He'll see a lion and go to fight that lion. Go ahead.
Go ahead. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
He spoiled, robbed. He's going to war. He's going to bring all that to his wife that he loves. Go ahead.
Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother.
So you sisters, your man he won't do nothing for you. You need to reassess and examine yourself. Your man won't even get you a hair weave. Your hair is jacked up. He looking at you. You busted. He says, I ain't got no money. I can't help it.
The car need new rims.
Right, the car need new rims. My stereo is broke. Meanwhile, you look like Harriet Tubman. Busted. Sister, you want him to do for you, you gotta say the right words. You gotta treat the man like a king. If you don't follow these simple principles, like they say, use your feminine wiles.
Mama should have taught you sisters this. Who's ever involved in this thing. Mama's supposed to teach the women this thing. They're supposed to know this. What they call it, charm school?
Yes. There used to be charm school back in the day. Y'all saw the movie 5 Heartbeats? There was a charm school for the sisters. Taught them. Older women taught them how to speak, how to cross your legs, how to sit down at the dinner table. When to use a fork, when to use, you know the thing they got etiquette where they got the fork or knife, I don't know that stuff. Yeah. But they was taught all that. How to fold a napkin, These sisters don't know that stuff today. They're at the turntable scratching and burping. A big turn off. Weave crooked to the side. She got yellow hair. She dark as hell with yellow hair. Talking about, I look like Beyonce. No, you don't look like Beyonce.
Say you look like a bee. And you know, y'all gotta understand, all jokes aside, there's good points coming from the men, but we got some good sisters here. That's why we set up the Daughters of Sarah, so the sisters could come together and exchange the same information the men are throwing out. The women should be having this conversation with the other woman.
Right.
That's why I said in the class yesterday, for those who are online, you men have to watch who your wives are speaking to and let them communicate with these other wives who are experienced, who've been down the road, who knows what to do to resolve the matters of the fight, to deal with the anger, how to cook, how to prepare the meals. There are certain women that these things come easy to them. And because the other women that were in the world were around nothing but them quick fighting ghetto hood rat chicks, that's the attributes they have. Okay, but now if you put them in around godly women like Sarah, they follow those examples, then they'll learn, and that'll resonate through your household and go to your daughters. This doesn't come natural. This is learned behavior. That's why there is a Bible.
Of course it doesn't come natural. You're right about that, ASAP. It does not come natural. Because if they're stuck on the television, that's the only thing they know. And they ain't teaching you women how to be women while watching these dumb, stupid programs.
Exactly. Can we get that in Titus chapter 3?
And even like the elder said, he made a point of Wendy Williams. It's not only him. I was watching a show, they were interviewing Lisa Ray and a few of these other sisters you see in these movies, and all of them said the same thing. I want a man that can meet me where I am.
My standards.
Financially, my standards. They're not saying I want a man that knows the scriptures that's going to get the kingdom. Okay?
You know what they're listening to? That Negro, Steve Harvey.
Yes. And a stupid book.
What is it? Act like a lady, think like a man. That's not what the Bible says.
That's right.
That's not what the Bible says.
Act like a lady and think like how the Most High wants you to think. Exactly. Not like no damn man. You a dummy if you, any of you sisters that got that book, you a dummy.
Exactly.
You a dummy. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Y'all waste your money.
You're going to lose your husband. Get that in Titus 2. Verse 3.
Titus 2 verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
That's the evidence that it's not natural. It must be taught. Must be taught. Now, we're starting off here. This is all that we're going over. This is some good medicine. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
This is some good medicine. Now, looking up all the sisters, we know there's some single sisters here, and there's a whole lot of single brothers. How many single brothers? Raise your hand. Look at all, can you pan the camera around? Look at all these single men. There's a lot of them. A lot of them got good jobs, good looking brothers, but you sisters gotta act right. We ain't gonna give our, what's the word? Our blessings, our
first fruits. These men are the first fruits.
To a mean woman.
Chicken head.
Exactly. So sisters, play your cards right. Play your cards. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
And y'all gotta understand, like the elders say, you women don't realize that the odds are against you. The odds are against you. The odds of you coming into a righteous Israelite man are 1,000 to 1.
Yep.
And y'all need to get that in your head, because y'all think it's just going to be easy. I'm just going to move on and replace him, and the Most High is going to send me another godly man. After I disrespected this godly man that was before me.
Exactly.
That's what's going on in their head. It don't work that way.
The odds are against you.
Right. And sister, just shoot us an email. You can call ASAP on the phone. If you see a brother you like, we'll let you know if he's ready.
Yes.
What's that? If he ain't got sister, he ain't got a job, he ain't ready. You might say, well, I would like to talk. We'll give you his phone number and you and the brother talk. But we ain't dealing with no whoredom up in here.
Exactly.
We are not dealing with whoredom. And brothers, if you, no, I'll let the sisters reach out first. Cause y'all very aggressive, so I'll just, I don't want no problems. So, sisters, you want a husband, that's fine. But let me tell you a few things. Your husband, he wants, I always tell y'all know I always say this. You meet one another, y'all get married. In the beginning, sisters, I'm gonna tell y'all, the sex is good. The sex is wonderful. It makes your toes curl. It's fine. You're so happy. But down, brothers, there comes a time where the sex wears off. It becomes meat and potatoes again. Yeah? Huh? There needs to be more than just sexual appeal. There needs to be, your wife gotta have a brain. I always talk about a dumb woman, because the Bible talks about a woman dumb as a rock. She can't hold a brothers, sisters, when your man come home, he don't want to talk about baby shoes. You know what I'm talking about. He don't want to talk about baby shoes or the soap opera you watched. I saw The Guiding Light. Your husband becomes very serious in this truth. His conversation, he wants to talk about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
About nation time.
About nation time. Revolution. Israel coming back together. That's his conversation. And you sisters need to recognize that. He don't want to come home, oh, baby need new shoes. I saw a show today, and guess what on the show? Guess what Ralph did? Sister, you gonna lose your husband like that. You gonna lose him. Yes.
And not her family.
What do you mean?
About her mom.
Right, thank you. He don't care about your family. He didn't marry your family. Let me tell you what my cousin Shanae did. I don't care. Shaniqua. He don't care, sister. He cut off his family. He cutting off yours too. You ever notice how the woman try to drag her family? Can you call my mama? I'm not calling your mama. I don't care about your mama. I'm not married to your mama. Okay? A reason that there's always trouble at home is because the woman cannot hold a godly conversation.
That's right.
She is mentally handicapped. Not all of them, but 8 out of 10. Mentally handicapped, and they love to be stupid. Not all of them, but 8 out of 10 of them. So you sisters who are looking for husbands, make sure you bringing something to the table. Don't come with a rock. Here's my rock.
Don't just bring your behind.
Right. Don't just bring your behind. And
bring
you brothers,
bring some brains too.
You brothers, we letting you know now, because some of y'all are going to get sucking. And you sisters, stay inside your age group. Let me say that again. Sisters, stay inside your age group.
I'm looking forward to a long, strong, productive relationship.
Marcus, darling. Wouldn't you like to get a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Ain't no cougars up in here. That side of the room know what I'm talking about. You 30-year-old, 40-year-old sisters, don't write us talking about, I want a brother that just graduated high school. No, don't do that. What are y'all gonna talk about, sister? He don't know nothing. Raise your hand, raise your hand. You know who I'm talking about. Power Rangers is his conversation. So you sisters, stay inside your age group. You have a lot to talk about. You could talk about when she was younger and when you was younger. Y'all got some of the same similarities. Okay? He has no experience in nothing. Talking about, but I could teach him. No, you ain't supposed to teach him, sister. What does the Bible say about a man that he's to keep what? The preeminence. The preeminence. If a sister has the preeminence of a man over the man, it's going to go badly. You ever meet a woman that got more education than you? She make more money than you? But so much she'll listen to, unless she's godly. I'll word it like that. I'll flip it like that. If she's godly, she's going to respect you as the head of the house. But if she's still worldly, she only got with you because you had big feet. Oh, and I forgot this one, another thing women do. Not only do they look to see the size of your feet, just take the shoes off. I want to see if you're wearing your daddy's shoes or if them your feet. She want to see what you got going on. Here's the new one they got. Look at his ears. If he got big ears, he got it going on. If he got little baby ears, he ain't got it going on. I'm sitting at work, they talking about this. Y'all simple as hell. What the hell is this? Women got all these little funky things out there. You hear him too. I know you hear him. So brothers, you might find a big butt and a smile. She might be gorgeous, but she got to be able to hold a conversation. She got to bring something to the table, because after that year wears off, the sex ain't every day like you want it. Okay, it's gonna wear down. I'm telling you, it's gonna wear down. It's gonna turn into maybe once, twice a week, and as you get older, it's gonna go slower than that. Okay, so now what you need to do, what y'all gonna talk about? You laying in bed, she laying in bed. What you gonna talk about? She wanna watch the guiding light. You wanna read this, go over the scriptures. And when she sees you going over the scriptures, you guess what a lot of women say? He's ignoring me. You know why sisters feel like you ignoring her when you're in the Bible? Because she's dumb as hell. And she can't relate to what you're going over. Okay, I don't know, but so much. So sister, that's why we tell y'all, brothers, leave these sisters in here for a year, let them learn. You want a sister that studies. You want a sister that can ask questions about, if you don't know what to ask. I used to give my wife chapters. Read this chapter when I come home, ask questions. Because I got sick of forcing her to sit down. Sit down, woman! We're going over the scriptures. Okay. Paul, a servant of God, an apostle. You gonna read this Bible? You gonna learn this Bible? You gonna ask questions? If you don't have a clue in your brain, we are finished. There's nothing for, we can't relate to each other. The man comes to this truth, he's going up towards the Most High. Before y'all came into this truth, you was dead, she was dead. Y'all rolled in the grave together. Both of y'all was dead. Now the Lord came, raised the man out the dead state. Now he's trying to pull a woman out. She pulling him back down. Come back in the grave. Come to bed. Come to bed. Come back in the graveyard. It's warm in here. Why are you up there?
Ignoring me.
Ignoring me.
Why are you up there ignoring me?
Give me 1 Corinthians 14. I'm going to show you, sisters. I'm going to give you a secret, sisters. 1 Corinthians 14:35. Your husband wants to talk about the scriptures. He don't want to talk about what happened on the block. Baby shoes. Can you read that? Watch this.
1 Corinthians 14, verse 35.
Women, listen good.
And if they will learn anything,
if you women will learn anything,
let them ask their husbands at home.
Ask God. That's how you keep the marriage going. That's because right. You showing an interest in what he's interested in. Right. You won't feel ignored no more. He's ignoring me. I want to take you to counsel. You ain't taking him to counsel, sister, because of your own stupidity. Get interested in what he's interested in. Guess what? You got a question about the Bible, your husband might be dumb as hell too. I know when I came in, me and my wife came in, I didn't know nothing. But I made a good show of it. And she might have sat there talking about, you don't know what he's talking about. That's not what the elder said. You don't know. But guess what? She nodded her head and made me feel good. And it exhorted me to go on and learn more.
That's how the courage is not abated.
Exactly.
She encouraged him by doing that.
Even if he don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, elder, I'm gonna prove what he's saying is right. What the elder's saying is right. Where I work, it's 99% Edomites. And when football time comes, you know what the wives do? They rent the lounge
and they throw a Super Bowl party for their husbands. They don't like football, but they know their husbands are into it, so they get into that.
Yeah.
So all the other Edomite women get everything, get the food, get everything, and they come together and they cater to their husbands and do that. Okay? It's a big thing with them, where they'll tell you, I hate sports, but this is what my man is into, so I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna sit with him. I'm gonna go to the Yankee game. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So what's more important, the Bible or football? Please, somebody help me. Baseball or the Bible? So how come the Edomite woman will sit at the Yankee game, don't know a damn thing about why they hit the ball, what are they doing? Why are they running around in tights? But the woman will sit there and support him. But the sister now, see the man got the greatest book on the face of the planet.
That's right.
And she's complaining.
Those Edomite women, that's how come they will have their husbands again. Every Super Bowl they have the same husband.
That's right.
Because they know how to do it.
Okay?
But they know how to do it. They went to charm school.
Okay? This is real talk. And y'all gotta analyze that for any of you sisters that got that spirit where you're gonna go again. You see your man is so passionate about it. Even if you don't believe, support him. And that's why I tell a lot of the brothers, your wife does not believe the way you believe. It's not in her. The Most High designed it that way. But you just want to know your wife is going to support you.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. And everything will roll fine. You know, she's not going to memorize the Bible to the level that you memorize it. But you're calling her a dummy because she won't read. It's not the way it works.
Write this down. It's still along the same topic. Write this down. Domestic violence. Now, when I was in school, we had to study on this thing. So, upon studying it, I had to examine it, cross-reference. Is that biblical? Is it in the Bible? Write down verbal. Write down emotional. Write down sexual. Write down economic. And write down physical. The first thing they talk about is verbal domestic violence. Who knows what that is? Remind.
You belittle your wife. When you belittle your wife by calling her names constantly.
That name calling, that mouth. Give me that in Ecclesiastes 25 and 8. Now let me say this in case the tape runs out. We do not support any kind of violence in the home. There was a brother who shall remain nameless. His wife said all the wrong things to the point that this brother took it. He got in his car and tried to run her over. He was on the sidewalk trying to kill the woman. On the sidewalk with his car. That's how much he hated this woman. But that was that, what was the name of that movie again with Tyrese? Baby Boy. That's that Baby Boy stuff, because then after they had 2 more babies.
Right.
She forgot he just tried to kill you, sister.
Right. She thought that was sexy.
That's a dummy. So, next to verbal, let's read Sirach 25 verse 8.
Sirach 25, Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 8. Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and that have not slipped with his tongue, and that have not served a man more unworthy than himself.
So he's saying 3 things there. Read that again.
Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding.
So a brother is doing good if he dwells with a wife of understanding. So brothers, is when you meet one of these sisters, whether she's online or here in the body, she must have understanding. Just don't look at her face and her butt. Have a conversation. Talk. See where her mind is. And remember, when you meet her, you're meeting who? Her representative. She's going to say all the right things. Sisters too. You meet a brother, he going to tell you all the right things you want to hear. Now, read it again.
Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding.
Come on, here it is.
And that have not slipped with his tongue.
And that have not slipped with his tongue, meaning he says certain things to hurt you mentally and spiritually, to put you down. Brothers, you cannot deal with your wife. And we've all been there. All men, I know, we've gotten mad and we've said things that is not appropriate. It's destructive. And what we have said. Now, verbal and emotional ties in together. Them 2 things. Go to Sirach 28:15. 28:15. Them two things verbal, because the verbal affects the woman emotionally. 25 and 15. Did I say that? 28:15. I'm sorry. 28:15.
Ecclesiastes 28 verse 15. A backbiting tongue has cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors.
Go ahead.
Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly.
So that backbiting tongue, that tongue that always says something nasty and smart behind your back, you got to be mindful of that. Okay, jump down to verse 17 and 18.
The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh.
Go ahead.
But the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bone.
Now there's an old expression, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. God says that's not true. Read that part again, that bottom part.
But the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones.
Words can hurt. Words can hurt. Words can hurt. So brothers and sisters, be mindful what you say one to another. Your words can build up or your words can pull down and destroy. Go ahead.
Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue.
Not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Many people have died because of the tongue, what comes out of your mouth. Now, this thing about sexual domestic violence, I didn't find it in the Bible. The white man says that if your wife says no, and you lay with her, what does they call that? Rape. They call that rape. But that's not in the Bible. Give me that in 1 Corinthians 7, 4 and 5. But I'm just making you brothers aware. Be aware. Be aware of that.
1 Corinthians 7, verse 3?
4 and 5.
Verse 4 and 5. The wife have not power of her own body.
Now Paul's talking about sex. The wife does not have power over her own body. Go ahead.
But the husband.
But the husband has power over the wife's body. Go ahead.
And likewise also the husband.
And likewise, meaning the same way, what?
Also the husband have not power of his own body.
The husband does not have power over his own body. Remember, he's talking about sex. Go ahead.
But the wife.
But the wife has power over the husband's body. Go ahead.
Defraud ye not one the other.
See, that word defraud means what? Ezekiel. Don't hold back. Don't refrain sexually. Go ahead.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent.
Except it be with consent, meaning you as men and she as your wife consent not to have sex
for a time.
For a time. Now he explains why.
That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer. That's when you don't have sex. You two of you agree, you're going to give yourselves to fasting before the Lord for something, fasting and prayer for a reason. That's why you withhold sex. That's the only reason. Go ahead.
And come together again.
And then come together again sexually.
That Satan tempt you not for your incontinence.
Because Satan will get into one or the other if you hold back. If the wife says, I'm not giving you none, Satan going to jump on a man. Why don't you go out somewhere else and get some? Why don't you go in the chat room and get some? Now it brings me to the next story. A sister called up, angry. Of course, her husband was talking with other women online. Now she said, y'all gotta get on him. Here comes my wife, yeah, and she said her husband ain't no good because he's chatting with somebody. So what you gonna say? So I said, how about this? Is he wrong for that? Okay, yes he is. But if the sister learned to hold his interest, he wouldn't have to go out and talk to nobody else. I guarantee you when that sister comes home, because she go to work, she look like a dime piece. She go to work for the white man. The hair is did, the nails is done. She got the best outfit. She got them 6-inch heeled stiletto shoes. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
The kind that the cleanup women are wearing.
That's right. And she got them fishnet stockings on. That entice you, that make you want to get some. But when she come home, The shoes come off. The hair's a mess. She puts a rag on her head. The pimple cream comes on.
Don't forget the flip-flops.
The flip-flops. The grandma dress is on. Hurry up, come on, let's go get some.
That Aunt Esther dress.
Yeah, she looked like Aunt Esther.
Hell, call the zoo. I think I've captured a gorilla-faced ugly hippopotamus. Watch it, sucker.
Now he ain't interested in you no more. He ain't interested no more. He's like, no.
She put Bengay on.
Right, she got Bengay on, smell like that. All the perfume is gone now. Now he don't want you no more. No. What's wrong? Don't you want me? No. He online. Hi, my name is Joe.
Y'all are laughing, but what the elder is saying is correct, because the persons that we're supposed to be trying to please is our spouse.
Right.
Not the people at work. Yes, you want to be clean, smelling good when you go to work, but you supposed to want to be more attractive to your wife.
Right.
And wife to your husband.
Let me tell you, sisters, another thing. What's the name of that disease? It starts with a T. Kanai mentioned it to me. Kanai, if you're online, you remember that disease. There's a disease that will make a woman's vagina smell like hell. Something with a T. Sisters, give me that in the book of Esther. Oh, trichinosis. Trichinosis. That's what you said? Okay. Trichinosis. Some of you sisters might have that. Brothers like women that smell. Just sister, you don't want a man with streaks in his drawers. You don't like that. So likewise, the man don't like a woman that got trichinosis and smell funky as hell down there. Give me that in the book of Esther. Give me that, Esther. You know what I want. See, the Bible talks about everything for the stink vagina woman.
How you say the word? How you say the
trichinosis.
Word? Trichinosis. The man don't want the woman with trichinosis. And the woman don't want the man with halitosis.
Everybody like people to smell good. Now we're going to go into the Bible and show you how our foremothers took care of themselves. You got it, Aithan?
Esther, chapter 2, verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women. For so the days of their purifications accomplished. To wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
Now when me and Yawasop and Kanai was in the old school, they used to sell oils. And they used to tell us sisters, when you take a bath, put these oils in your bath water. Your pores will open up and the oils will seep in. And it's going to, that good smell is going to stay with you a few days. But today, there's an epidemic of trichinosis. And sisters, we know the difference. See, now we all try to be brotherly in here. We don't want to put none of you sisters on Front Street, but men talk. Yo, you smell like, her vagina smell like hell. You smell like shit. And the sister's sitting there thinking nobody smell her. My mama used to always say, some of your mamas too, you smell you before anybody else smell you. You sitting right there. Oh, you better get up and clean yourself.
A lot of people are upset about this thing, but this is medicine. This is medicine. This is medicine.
You know why? Because God prophesied about some of you women. Give me Isaiah 3, mainly the black one. Isaiah 3. Ain't saying that the Puerto Rican woman ain't going through this, but I just want that one verse about sweet smell. Give me that. Isaiah 3, 40, no, 3:20 what?
24.
Yes, read that. It says sweet smell in that one? Yeah.
Isaiah 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
You sisters see that? It would behoove you The white man even got a nasty commercial out called Vagisil, where it eliminates vaginal odors. You might, if you're looking for a husband, you might want to invest in that. Invest in some oils, some perfumes, okay? And if you sisters got husbands and you decide, I'm just gonna let myself go, he's stuck, you might wanna rethink that and invest in some Vagisil and odors, some oils to help you out, to spice up the relationship. That way you ain't gotta be arguing. I saw you looking at sister such and such in class. Why are you yelling at me thinking I'm looking at sister such and I ain't looking at sister such? If you clean yourself, make yourself look appealing, you don't got nothing to worry about. Cause you good, you tight.
This right here shows you that because all of this stuff that's going out, somebody's being affected by this. We don't know who. At least I don't. But I know this is landing on a few people, men and women. But we have to come to the point and realize that we have not been educated as to what being men and what being women is all about. Okay? Women should not have to be, understand what I'm saying, women should not have to be told that she should bathe in oil, make herself smell good, and all this kind of stuff. Because women naturally supposed to want to do that. That's their nature. They always want to look beautiful, all in the mirror, getting their hair together and all that. That's how they are. They supposed to want that. They always supposed to want to look good, smell good, so they can please their man. That's the way they're supposed to think. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes. That's how they're supposed to think. Their whole mission is supposed to be, I'm going to just say it straight. Their whole mission is supposed to be about pleasing you.
Y'all didn't hear what he said.
I can't hear you. Their whole mission is supposed to be about how can I make my man happy.
That's right.
Can we get that in Corinthians? Because they get quiet. They don't believe it. Give me that Corinthians. First Corinthians.
That's why I had to throw the gauntlet down there. They said these niggas is starting trouble. Their whole mission.
Now, look at 1 Corinthians 11 and 9. This is what Yahushua was bringing up. In case you women don't understand, you scaredy cat brothers, this is what God says here. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 9.
1 Corinthians 11 verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman.
So brother, you was not created for the woman. Go ahead.
But the woman for the man.
The woman was created for you. Like Yahushua said, you thought he said something wrong. She was created for the man. Sisters, some of you might not like that. Then this place is not for you. T.D. Jakes is down the block. Woman, thou art loose from what this Bible says. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, what they talk about in school is economic domestic violence, is when the man makes the money and he makes sure he keeps his wife in what they call a dungeon, meaning she has no outlet. She can't even go to the store. She can't go nowhere. Give me that in Sirach, Ecclesiastes 22 verse 4. I just want y'all to see this. Now your man might not have a lot of money. I know I'm broke as hell all the time. But the little bit I got, I do try to share some with my wife. I say, here's $10, that's all I got. You better make it, you better stretch it. Ecclesiastes 22 verse 4.
Oh, they laughing. There's some woman that could take that little bit of money and make it look like they spent $1,000.
Exactly.
Okay, I've seen a woman go in the $10 store. Y'all know y'all got them $10 stores in your neighborhood.
Them 99-cent stores.
And come out like, damn. Make the woman that went to Saks look like a bum.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're creative and they saying, I'm going to do what I got to do with this little bit of money and I'll make my man happy.
Exactly. 22 verse 4. Ecclesiastes 22 verse 4. Read that.
Ecclesiastes 22 verse 4. A wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband.
So woman, when you come into the relationship, have something to offer. Have some skills, have some understanding, have some know-how. Read it again.
A wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband, but she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness.
From there, go to Proverbs 31 and 16.
Proverbs 31 verse 16. She considereth a field and buyeth it.
How does she buy it? She must have some money. Her husband obviously gave her some money. Read it again.
She considereth a field and buyeth it.
So her husband trusted her. Here's some money. Go make it happen. Go make it work. Some of you brothers, some of you online, you know who you are. You gave your woman access to your bank account. She took every penny and left you behind. Brothers, if you got a woman like that, you don't trust her. Is that a marriage? No. That's not a real marriage. Because you know the second she gets some kind of money, she gonna leave your black behind right there. You keeping her hostage, that's all. She ain't for you. Let her go. Read it again.
She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
So now, the next level we're going to talk about is what we all are familiar with, the physical aspect. And Asaph, I need you to play the recording for us. I want all y'all to listen to this. I said we've been dealing with things. Y'all, some of y'all out here, y'all looking nervous. You think that this class is just for you. It ain't just for you. Play the recording that we just got.
Just set it up and give it to me and tell me what to do.
I want all y'all to listen good.
You can use it as a lesson for the rest of the congregation. Today I got up yesterday. I didn't even tell you what happened. I didn't want to get into the negativity. This woman, a wicked woman, is the worst thing to have for a man trying to find God. Here's what happened yesterday. All right. You got no Sabbath is coming up, so preparations and ray-ray. You know, you have to cook and ray-ray from before, the night before. So because of that now, this woman is all upset. You know, in a huff and a puff. All right? I packed up my daughter's pants, 3 garbage bags full of pants. All right? She had 4 dresses out of all them clothes. 4 dresses. So that was one thing. I guess that bothered her. I got up this morning now. And I got up and I prayed. I said nothing to her in any negative or mean way. She goes and prances around on Sabbath, throws out pants in front of me. Like I'm not going to say nothing to her. I said, look, we're not getting along. I want out. I want you to get out of the house. I bought this house, okay? So we're not elected. All right? Yes, she started pitching in and she paid her share. All right? But when it came time to buy this house, I bought it. She did not buy it. So I feel I have the right to stay here. I told her to take the keys, take the car, and go. Go to your mom's, go to your sisters. They'll eat swine and celebrate Thanksgiving and ray-ray. All right? I don't want to hear nothing from her. And she turned around and started arguing ray-ray. I picked up a brick and I hit her, bro. Honestly, I can't take. I don't have that threshold for hold a temper. My God. And then she comes and turns around after I showed her in the Word of God where it says you're not to wear pants. Because she claims I never showed it to her. When I said it to her 1,000,000 times out of the Bible, her own sons and little daughter know it. All right? Then she comes and claims that I'm doing witchcraft. You know, I lost it and I banged her head with a chair. So the cops are coming for me. I'm letting you know, if you don't see me online, it ain't because I dropped off. It's because I was a fool and I let my temper get the better of me. My temper has always been my weakness, and she knows about it, and she picked at it and picked at it and picked at it. Now she's free. She can go be a whore and yum pork with her pork-eating mother and her pork-eating so-called pastor, brother-in-law. All of them are all a bag of friggin' swine, and I don't want nothing to do with them. My own sister picked up on her side too. Everybody is all against me. All right, so nobody in my corner. I'm going to go sit in jail, figure it out, and I will come out, and I will return. If you allow me, so be it. I need training with my temper. That's my biggest weakness with my temper. And this woman, I tried to stay far from everybody. I quit smoking. I've done all that I could do. Everything I could do on this list for this family. And what? Come to accuse me of being some kind of a witch. You know, that hurt me too much. So that's what it is. All right? I'm very sorry to give you this kind of, you know, you had that lesson yesterday. Honestly, half the lesson when the men are speaking, it speaks directly to me. And, yeah, this is where I'm at now. All right? Everything that I worked for is about to go down the drain. all that I paid for is going to get taken because I can see where this is going to end up. All right? So she's on the sob story with her whole family, and obviously no one ain't hearing this side of the story because I hit a woman. And I shouldn't have done that. But she pushed and pressed my rock button.
Now, I want to add something. Maybe 2 minutes after he left that message, the cops surrounded his house, pulled guns on him, the kids, everybody. Okay? And took him away. And all praises, he got let out of jail on Thursday morning. Now there's an order of protection. He can't come within 1,000 feet of his wife. He cannot call his wife. He cannot return to his own house. And he can't see his daughter who he loves. Okay? One thing that he was raving about is his daughter, how she's into the scriptures and she's listening, and he said from the beginning that the woman is bucking up, and I told him, bro, slow down. You just came into this truth and you in for a fight of your life. Okay, he's that brother, he came with that zeal. That zeal, that's why a lot of times I tell y'all, I don't have no patience for your foolishness. Y'all don't know what we're dealing with outside of here. There's brothers with real zeal, there's brothers who are dying to sit in your seat. Dying. They will give anything to come here. He says the only thing that's stopping here is he just can't move right now. Okay? But he's dying. That's the zeal he's coming with. Whatever he got to do to sit in your seats, they will do it. Okay? But the brother lost his temper. Okay? This was on the Sabbath day last week and spent an entire week in jail. And I'm not even going to go into what he had to go through in jail and what his lawyer is telling him is awaiting him down the line because he lost his temper. So y'all think that, like the elder said, y'all squirming in your seats thinking that we're singling people out. He's not the only one. There are other people who are going through the same thing in their house on levels that you wouldn't imagine. And that's why I asked y'all before, what if your wife spit in your face, what you gonna do? Because y'all gonna go through the same thing he went through. He just said, y'all heard him say, my life, I destroyed it.
It's better to let the hoe go. Don't fight with her, let the hoe go. That's it. Stop give me that script about holding on to a scorpion. You trying to set law in your house and she telling you I'm not doing it. Why are you fighting with the woman? Goodbye. Where is it?
26:8.
26 verse 8. Ecclesiastes 26 and 8.
7.
Call it again.
Ecclesiasticus 26 verse 7.
Good.
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Right, now he got bit. The woman knew his problem. She picked that, like when y'all, you ever be arguing with a woman, some of them like to put their finger in your face, or poke you, or hit you. Some of them got that spirit on them. So he lost his temper, and look what happened. I pray that y'all brothers will be able to contain your spirits. Can somebody get me the video real quick?
Now to a story just developing. A Johnson County mother is in the hospital after she was attacked.
And her own children called 911 while hiding inside a closet. We just got that phone call. 24-hour News 8's Daniel Miller is live in the newsroom working on this story out of New Whiteland. Daniel.
Yeah, that's right, Eric and Debbie. We just received the 911 call from New Whiteland police about this attack. We can tell you that this mother was severely beaten inside her home last night, and her children witnessed the attack. We can tell you police arrested a person in this case. It's the woman's husband, and here's his picture right here, 33-year-old Timothy Brown. Police arrested him on the scene. Now take a listen to the 911 call one of the kids made to police.
911, what is your emergency? Help me, help me, help me. What's wrong? My dad is hurting my mommy.
As you can imagine, kids terrified. As you said, Debbie, the kids were actually in the closet during this attack. Of course, we're working on this developing story, and as soon as we get more information about it, we will bring it to you. But we can tell you that the mother is at Methodist Hospital. Her condition is not known. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, go to the next one. Go to... No, I don't want that one. The Marine, that one. Yeah.
One station with the chaos in court.
Good evening, everybody. Police say the victim's soon-to-be ex-husband went ballistic.
This young mother has the scars to prove it and still living in fear.
The 19's Richard Jordan is live at the scene of the crime, the Broward County Courthouse. Richard?
Belkis, this is where she thought she'd be safe, finally able to legally end her violent marriage, but she says her husband flipped out. He clenched his fist and allegedly beat her until she fell unconscious.
I don't know why he did this to me.
Katie Scott Gonzalez is still in disbelief after surviving what she calls a brutal attack. This is what she normally looks like, but now the beauty is badly bruised. Her eyes bloodshot, black and blue, her lip split open. There are several fractures to her nose and face. The mother at her final court hearing for her divorce Friday when she said she was blindsided while sitting in front of a judge in the judge's chambers. She says her husband knocked her out.
I woke up and I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I just kept asking about my children, and I didn't know what was going on. I had just been hit too hard.
Mr. Gonzalez. Paul Gonzalez going before a different judge now, the ex-Marine charged with felony battery and locked up on more than $1 million bond.
I really have a fear for my life that if he were to get out of prison, he'd come after me and kill me.
Rarely in my career have I ever set a bond in this amount or even approaching it. But the allegations are indeed extremely serious and shocking.
The battered wife says she tried getting a restraining order against her husband, but she was denied.
I know he's capable of that kind of behavior, but I didn't think he would take it to that extreme in front of who he did it in front of.
She didn't deserve this, and the rest of her life, there will be trauma, and we're going to, as a family, deal with it.
The beating happened inside the judge's private chambers, a dozen bailiffs rushing in to subdue the irate husband.
I had to taser him twice in order to remove him from me.
But this wife says she never expected to be violently attacked in a place of law and order.
I just had a bad feeling, but I felt that the place that I was in, that there was nothing that could happen to me, and I was wrong. I feel honestly fearful for my life, but just the thought of him scares me to death, and I don't know what I'm going to do if he gets out of prison or jail or wherever he's going, because I feel like he's going to finish what he started.
The victim says she's not only scared for her own safety and well-being, but also for her 2 young children. Both of them are just toddlers. Live tonight in Fort Lauderdale, Richard Jordan, 7 News 19.
Now, can we go to Proverbs 6 and 12? Let me tell some of you sisters something. Let me go back. Let me tell a story when I was young. When I was a toddler back in PA, we had little trolley cars going through the street. And my mama used to always save quarters for me. And my daddy used to drink heavy alcohol. Come home, I remember I was about, I think, 3 or 4, can't remember exactly. But you know, they say kids remember the best of times and the most traumatic of times. So I remember daddy come home drunk, he arguing with my mama, pow, knocked the hell out of her, beat her down. And then one day, I was still young, I jumped on him to try to stop him and he smacked me back. So I really don't have tolerance for you brothers that go around beating on your wives. All right? And sisters, I'm gonna give you the scenario because I've been through it. The husband always say,
Darlene, you know it's gonna come back. But baby, I'm sorry. I promise I won't do it again. I know I keep saying that, but I'm for real this time.
I'm sorry. It's not going to happen again. It's never going to happen again. Give it time. It will happen again. If you women do not have an outlet, a place to go, come to my house. Me and my wife will look after you. Because some of these men, they got game. And they will play you. And because, like I said earlier, some of you women who have no money, they keep you locked up in a damn dungeon. He makes sure you can't go nowhere with them kids. And then it's always, I'm sorry, it's not gonna, that's a lie. I guarantee you there'll be 2 more times. And you better pray to the Lord it don't get to that level. And it always escalates. It does not just it does not go away. If the man does not, it's a demon. It is a demon.
That's what I was gonna ask. Why it doesn't go away? Because it's a demon. It's a spirit on you. And a lot of you are not aware that you have it. That's why the scriptures say, examine yourselves. Sometimes you need someone looking from the outside in to say, listen, ASAP, you got a problem, bro. Your demeanor, your countenance changed. I was trying to talk to you, you wouldn't listen. Okay, I'm reasoning with you. You look crazy-eyed. Okay, people can see when something's wrong, other than you. And sometimes you need that person on the outside to come and rationalize with you. Because a lot of y'all are saying, I don't want people in my business. That's why it goes on in the ghetto. Is that not the key thing? I don't want people in my business. They're gonna look at me funny. They're gonna treat, no. You're around brothers and sisters who love and care about you. That's why the elder is telling you, come to my house. Rather than him sitting in his warm bed with his wife and everything's fine there, he's worried, okay, about the brother, about the sister. Come to my house. Because we understand how it is to deal with a demon.
Well, exactly. It goes a little deeper than that too, because what you have to realize is that if the brother that's involved in that thing, at the moment that he's committing this violence, he doesn't realize what's at stake. You see how they just had this man's picture all up on the TV? Imagine them getting hold of one of us, Israel, on television, for beating his wife.
Exactly.
You forget all the work that you did looked like nothing. You would have destroyed everything simply because of that one moment you lost your cool. Right. You allowed Satan to get in there and literally destroy everything. And then it gets worse than that, because the minute it happens, then your sense comes. Satan leaves you.
Right.
Yep. Satan backs off, and now you're sitting there looking like a complete ass, saying, what did I do? I'm telling you.
Yeah, but then you notice that's why I think I do a class on it. Some brothers don't know their spirit. When you get to that limit, you did not control it. When you know yourself, you're supposed to know yourself. If you get to the limit, walk away. You know the limit. You're supposed to know your limit. Showing you have not read this Bible properly. You got a problem. You got demons on you. You have to know your limit.
Exactly. Some of you women don't realize how blessed you are. I've gotten a phone call while this wicked woman who's sitting up in here now was beating on her husband. The husband wanted to take her out. I said, brother, walk out. Just leave the house. So while the sister's she's all gloating, thinking that she's so powerful, you stupid black woman, you don't realize you almost got yourself put to death. And reaching out to other brothers, what save your black behind? Stabbing somebody with pencils, kicking them. Are you kidding me? A younger brother would have knocked your block off and probably choked you to death. But you, all that pride. Give me that scripture about a woman and her pride.
Yes.
And we don't condone violence in here. We don't. What you gonna say?
Yeah, and that's a good point that you're saying there too, because that's correct. But sometimes you got to realize the demon could be on the brother so hard, he'd just go ahead and kill you, and at the moment he said, to hell, let me go to jail. Exactly. As long as I killed your black ass.
Exactly.
That's how bad it could get. Okay? Like one of the brothers say, you could black out. I know some people that black out.
Yeah. Okay. That brother we just heard, he blacked out. He hit his wife with a brick in her head, then hit her with a chair. He lost his mind for a moment. Then he sat down and thought about it as she's laying on the ground.
Damage is done.
Dang, cops is coming to get me.
Right.
So, give me that scripture.
Sirach 26:26.
Sirach 26 and 26.
A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
Some of you sisters got a lot of pride. So much pride that you will not submit yourselves to your husband. That's going to be the end of you.
Like your husband.
And believe it, just because we might talk rough, sisters, we love every one of you. Every one of you. That's why my door is open. You need to come up and talk, counsel, my doors is open. Okay? After class, y'all need to talk and counsel, come up. Rather than see your family destroyed because of your pride. And got too much pride to say, I did this to my family. Okay?
There's no scripture that says, don't tell nobody. If y'all got a scripture that says, don't tell nobody, bring it to me.
Right. Sisters, that's a demon. When a man says don't tell nobody, let me ask you brothers, why would the man say don't tell nobody? Shock you.
You know his ass will get kicked, that's what, or he's gonna get in trouble.
Something else, he's getting in trouble with something else, Robert.
He's gonna get blasted.
He's going something else.
Something shameful.
Something shameful. Something else y'all ain't thinking. Yes. You heard what he said? He wants to keep doing it. That way, if I keep doing it and you never tell nobody, I'm gonna get away with it. Don't tell nobody. So it's a shame coupled with I want to do it again. And I'm going to do it again. And you sisters can be dumb as a rock all you want. Scared. You better make yourself an outlet. You better have some place to go. In matter of fact, what's that movie with Julia Roberts? Her husband was whooping her behind.
Sleeping with the enemy.
Sleeping with the enemy. Look at that movie. She had a plan. She said, I'm going to plan my own death and get the hell away from this nigga. And she did too. That's a good movie.
And while we're on the topic, if the devil ever gets on me like that, I'm telling all of y'all, I'm ordering my wife to call anybody here and let them know, let her know, tell somebody how I'm acting. Because I don't want to be destroyed and I don't want judgment from the Most High. I want the brothers to chastise me, not the Most High. I don't want y'all to hear Deacon Asaph knocked her out. He did this, he did that. I don't want that message left on one of the brothers' phone calls. Brothers, I'm going to jail. So I instruct, because you never know, the devil could jump on any one of us. She could do something and piss me off to that point while I'm choking her. So I want her to say, consult with somebody, okay? Because I care about my life before I care about anybody else's. And if that's what you're thinking, then it's not going to bother you.
Yeah, ASAP, you just said what I was. You just said what I was gonna say. So you just helped bring it out, because when you get to the point where you want to tell somebody don't tell, that means, like the elder said, you want to remain in it, and eventually you're gonna destroy yourself. So by the sister bringing it out, that's gonna actually help to save your life. You got to see that as love.
That's love.
That's love. Because if you don't go check, you're going to end up like what we saw on this TV. Then it's too late.
Then it's too late. Give me Proverbs 6 and 12. This goes next to one of physical domestic violence. Physical.
Proverbs 6 and 12. A naughty person, a wicked man.
A wicked man, a naughty person.
Walketh with a froward mouth.
A froward mouth is that verbal abuse, the name calling. You ain't SH.
1 Timothy 3 verse 3. Not given to wine. No striker.
No striker.
Not greedy of filthy lucre.
Not greedy of filthy lucre.
But patient. Not a brawler.
Not a brawler. There's some Israelite camps. We got a letter where a sister went to counsel with her husband. The elder of that congregation instructed the brother, smack the crap out of her, and he did. Smacked her right in the face so hard. So you sisters that stick around like that, it's shame on you. You're that damn dumb. It's time to go. And that's when 1 Corinthians 7 takes place, where it said, if you depart, let him depart, but let him remain unmarried. That don't mean depart and you go get you another husband. That ain't what God is saying. You saw that brother with big feet, big ears, a nice car. You laid with him. You married him. He's a brawler. He's a striker. You stuck. But if he's that abusive, leave. But you got to stay unmarried. And you brothers who suffer from violence, and you know what amazes me about brothers that do that? We've all gotten in fights in here. Hell, I almost lost my job a couple of years ago. I beat the Edomite up on my job. He made me mad as hell. And you know, after you beat somebody down, you feel bad. Dang, I beat the hell out of Edomite. That's some pent-up aggression up in there. But never do I go home, I'm bad as hell, and take it out on my little wife. That's not the spirit of a man. If you want to beat on somebody, beat on a man. Why look for your wife, 90 pounds wet? Pow! Oh yeah, you tough, bro. Oh yeah. You a tough brother. Are you kidding me?
That's the reason why when you get inside the jail, they said we gonna fix you up.
You're gonna be my boo.
Brother, there's been situations at camp. What happened at your camp where a dude took his rod out? And I didn't see nobody jump on this dude. I didn't see anybody jump on the dude.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you wasn't there. Things have popped off in camp. Everybody's sitting around waiting. But then you go home and you look at the wife. I'ma smack the shit out of her. That's a demon. That's a demon, because you see somebody your size, your weight, you ain't gonna do nothing. You look for that little one. Oh, I'm gonna hurt her. That's not a man. That's not a man. And you get no respect like that.
People in jail are waiting for you. They love them kind of inmates. They're waiting for that.
So, that being said, the level of tolerance for domestic violence in the house, husband and wife, husband's hitting on the wife, is 0. You're not going to be suspended. You're going to be thrown out of the school. Okay? That's the rule concerning brothers laying hands, because no brother here, like there's brothers who will tell you who've been in marriage 20-something years, and the thought of hitting their wife is that, like, I've never done it. I've got mad, I've broke stuff up, I've destroyed this, but I never put my hand on them. Okay, so we know that brothers should be able to control their spirit to that level. But once you brought yourself to the point where you're hitting on your woman, this is not the place for you. So you're going to be thrown out the school. Are we clear on that, brothers?
Yes.